Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And we are underway from Miami. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Now a play fake here on first down. Being chased out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dayo Odeyingbo in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
To throw on second down. Barnett, he finds his man, Sky Moore. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp.
Mike McDaniel, he's going to ask him to take a closer look at this call. And out comes the challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Forced in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Baron Browning able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. And Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? It was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
The Broncos send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Tillman, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I will hear about that from him soon.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Another catch there for Waddle. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the numbers for Waddle in last week's ball game. 4 catches, 58 yards, and a score.
And he has 10 touchdowns on the season. When anyone scored that many times, as a former defender, I know exactly what you're talking about before the game. Key on him. Don't let him get in the end zone today, guys. Let's keep him out of there.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Here we go on 4th down. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So they only needed a couple of feet there on 4th down, but they got more than that and then some as he takes this into the end zone.
And I love your description right there, right? 4th and short. They got that. No problem. Let's go ahead and get the rest of it. Finish it off in the end zone. Touchdown. Everyone goes away happy on that one.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in there, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can. And it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
On 3rd down, Barnett. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st down, Barnett. Over the middle, he hits Austin. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. Now this throw caught left side, and they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Dayo Odangbo. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. To throw on 2nd down. Barnett firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Barnett. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks if I'm not.
Touchdown, Dolphins! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it, so a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
Don't worry about your hands, though. Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. From the 6. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And Denver getting set to take the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found
nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Dolphins have got it.
Feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Miami set to take over. They take over already inside the red zone thanks to a great return there after the fumble. 1st and 10. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Tillman. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. On second down, they'll run it here. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Tillman, and that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Throwing to start the drive. Barnett. Got his man. It's Williams. And he gets this up. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now here's the call. So the challenge there unsuccessful, and that means that he'll be out of challenges from the remainder of this ball game. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker. It's complete to Williams.
And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it. But it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. 17-0 our score after 1. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They go play action here on first down. This is caught. It's Cooks. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 92 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
And Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it's 17-7. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. On 1st and 10, Tillman got a man. It's Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Now it's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun. Tillman. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And a tackle going to be made at the 38.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 38. Off play action. Tillman. Man open left side is Brown. And the ball is knocked out. The Broncos say they have it. They do. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Following the fumble recovery, Barnett looking middle, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield. for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
Yeah, that's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Tillman. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Now here's Bradley Pinion now.
That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field.
The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Throwing on 1st down. Barnett. And Cooks has it over the middle.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Barnett.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
On 1st down. Barnett. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The Broncos at 6 and 9 to start play. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
To throw on 3rd down. Barnett.
That's taken in by Dulcich. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Barnett outright and brought in by Moore. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just toweling it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. On 2nd down, Williams. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Barnett. He's got Dulcich working the sideline. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Greg Dulcich, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are back within a score. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Miami's offense set and ready to go. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down. Operating from the gun. Tillman finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
To throw on 2nd down. Tillman. Open man right side is Ingram. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We begin at Lumen Field. A couple of former division mates doing battle. Las Vegas taking on Seattle. And they've gone to the half with the Raiders out in front. Josh Jacobs, a force in that first half with 2 touchdown runs. From there, we head down the West Coast, Santa Clara, to check on the Niners at home at Levi's Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. Hollywood Marquise Brown, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This fielded right at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Tillman over the middle and complete to Waddle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Tillman. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. And they'll run again. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. Back to throw. Barnett. That pass complete to Moore. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Off the play fake. Barnett. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. Around the NFL, 3rd quarter now up in Seattle. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Joe Mixon with a touchdown in that one. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left. Looking to throw. Tillman. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Miami. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return.
Denver's offense ready to go again. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Barnett. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Barnett.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Throwing on 1st down. Barnett
Over the middle and completes and more. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Run out of the gun here. Williams. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 1st down, Barnett.
This one is caught. It's more.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
On 1st and 10, Barnett.
Got his man, it's Dulcich. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2nd and 6.
Operating from the gun, Barnett. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now we give up the middle to Williams. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Williams again.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown.
Javonte Williams.
He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Broncos have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Tyler Bass now for the point after.
And this is back to a 5-point game. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
And he comes back with one complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Tillman. And Ingram holds it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. Back to throw. Tillman.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then at the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Miami. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
Denver's offense now set to go. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing to start the drive. Barnett.
Going to be caught here left side, Moore.
And he goes out right around the 39. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Barnett. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Throwing on 1st down. Barnett.
Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun. Barnett firing quickly, but it's incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Here's Devin Singletary. He played in this state at Florida Atlantic. And he will have a Broncos 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
On third down, Barnett. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Dolphins are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on fourth and goal. So that a definite deflator there on the interception.
Yeah, you work your way down the field, thinking you're in position for a go-ahead score. But all it takes is one errant throw, and this one winds up a turnover.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
Throwing to start the drive. Tillman. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get this up to about the 40. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
And now this offense comes back out on. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. To throw on 2nd down. Barnett.
Same connection. Dulcich once again.
These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Barnett.
He'll drop this down to Williams. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he'll go down at the 28. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. First down now, but that clock rolling. He'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Greg Dulcich, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Broncos have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So now a big play here as the Broncos will line up to go for two. They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. So the Dolphins now down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. He's back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. Back to throw. He's got it complete to Waddle. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And quickly another first down, but tackled inbounds. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw. Tillman throwing middle, and it's complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Looking to throw on second down. Tillman. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain. Throwing on 3rd and long. Tillman. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. And they take a knee. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it, and let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter, but a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there, but in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right, that reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points, defense held them, and lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for the Broncos,
they moved to 7-9 on the year with the win.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.